Good morning, everybody. It's like April 26th. It's probably Monday. And you know where we are. The big news over the weekend, of course, is that the kittens got their collars finally. And I can't tell you how relieved I am. Now, every time that this happens, there is always, a bit of contention from some people who feel like cats and kittens don't need collars. And in general, I have to agree with you. You will notice that none of the faculty wear collars. But when you've got seven nearly identical kittens together in a room, and it's important for you to be able to tell them apart, collars become pretty necessary. So that's all the justification that I'm going to cover on this close-up, but trust me, it's very justified. It is about time, and like I said, it's so relieving because over the weekend already, I'm looking at the stream and even in the room, and to be able to tell which kitten is which at a glance is just invaluable. It's been just fantastic. I should probably introduce the colors, and at some point, I will make a nice cheat sheet that I can publish that will help everybody keep an eye on who is whom. But we've used basically a mnemonic device for each one to try to make it easy to remember. And so far, for me at least, it's working pretty well. So it must be pretty good because I am not good at remembering anything ever. We can start, not in no particular order. Black here, this is the black collar, as you can see. And the black collar is Bombay. Black and Bombay both start with B, so that should be pretty easy. Black Bombay, real simple mnemonic there. We have purple, which starts with P for Puget. P, Puget, purple, very easy there as well. This is blue, but it might help if you think of it as cyan, because cyan is Sid. Sid, cyan, it's not actually the same letter, but you can hear the resemblance there. Or if it helps you, you could think of it as sky blue for Sid. That's also going to work just fine. So that's Sydney, that's the blue collar. Somebody's in my lap here. Oh, there we go. This is the pink collar. And pink is ant, which, we ran out of we didn't have any color that would start with an A for ant. But I picked pink because you can try to remember it as the pink anther, the pink anther. Yeah, so that'll work. It works for me anyway. Pink ant, pink anther. There you go. Who else have we got over here? Oh, okay, this is a fun one. This is the white collar is Hal. And the easiest way to remember that, of course, is that Hal has always been the kitten that has the most white on him. He already had a white collar, basically. And a lot of people have been identifying him from the little white ring on his back leg. But he's been the most white of all the kittens the whole time. So it's easy to remember that white is Hal. And if you need a little extra way to remember it, we thought that it was also interesting that the same actor who played Hal on Malcolm in the Middle played Walter White on Breaking Bad. So there's a little connection there between Hal and White in another way, strange way. So Hal is the white collar. There we go. Let's see, who haven't we covered yet? Ant's just passed out in my lap now. Let's see, we still need to find a couple of kittens, and there's a couple behind me. Let's see who we've got here. Hang on. We did purple, Puget, P. Got that. We did, whoops, there goes Sid with the blue collar. Here's one that we're looking for. Now, this one is, there's not a great mnemonic for, because we didn't have all the different collars that we wanted. We had to use the really small size collars. I mean, the really, really small size collars, because these kittens are so tiny. But it might help you to know what I was going for. We had a polka dotted collar, and I wanted to put a polka dotted collar on Rotterdam, and that you could remember because it would be like Spotterdam. It would be spotted. And this was as close as I could come to that because the polka dot collars were too big. we instead have the checkered collar, and it's still kind of got spots on it. You could think of it that way. So the checkered collar is Spotterdam or Rotterdam. There you go. Rotterdam is the checkered collar. That's the only one that might be a little bit weird, but if you think of Spotterdam, I think it should work for you. I think we actually got everybody. Let's see if we go in order. Hal is white. I'm not going to be able to show them to you all in order because I don't know where they all are, but there's Hal. Hal is white. Bombay is black. He's number 2. That's him right there being chased by Hal. Then 3 would be thinking Puget, purple Puget, who's hiding actually that's Puget right there in that corner next to the air purifier. Purple Puget, then Rotterdam is Spotterdam is checkered, and then Ant is the pink anther, who I just had to move. So pink Ant, and then after that is Sydney, who is blue Sydney or cyan Sydney or sky blue Sydney, easy to remember. And then Rio. Oh, I didn't show anybody Rio yet, but this is Rio here that we're looking at. That's Rio is red, just a simple mnemonic, R, red, Rio. That's who we forgot to show. And he has been trying to nurse on his mom all morning, so I'm glad to see he finally gave up and decided to stand in the food. He's got 1 foot in the food, 100% in the food, digging in. All right, buddy, you do you. It's good to see that he's eating, though. So that's all the kittens by colors, and I think it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Yeah, sorry, I keep putting my finger in the way. So one of the things that has happened is I got a new phone. I think I was a little overdue, and I was getting really angry at my old phone, and then it finally went over the top and decided to make me super angry with the latest update, and here we are with a new phone. So hopefully the new phone also is going to fix some of the streaming problems that we had since the latest update on the old phone. We'll find out. And if it doesn't, I don't know. I'll just have to go back to the drawing board. I'm still really glad that I got the new phone because it's way less frustrating than the old one. All right, but the new phone has the camera in a different place, and so I'm not used to it, and I keep putting my finger in front of it. That's why. My apologies. Well, they've all decided for some reason this morning is like, let's all play in and around the litter box, which makes them very difficult to film. They've almost all gone back over there again. Come on, you guys. You know we're not allowed to film back here, and that's not even a place to be. Come on, we're kicking you out. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, you're going to go out this way. Yeah, look what just happened. Yeah, the whole wall just conspired to kick you out. Also, Rotterdam just lost his collar. So, I should mention about the collars. Here, hang on, I'm trying to keep them from going straight back behind the litter box again, and I don't know if I'm going to be successful. So the thing I should mention about the collars is, as always, we have to get and use collars that are way, way smaller than any collars that you can buy, because even the collars that they sell that say they are collars for kittens are way too big for kittens that are only like 5 or 6 weeks old, like these kids are. The kittens collars that they sell are more like the size for, I don't know, 6 months to a year, which is a whole different story. So the collars that we have were all handmade for us by _Kitten. Hang on, I gotta put Rotterdam's collar back on. I need 2 hands for it, so I'm gonna set this down while I talk to you about the collars that we're using. The collars that we got were all handmade by _Kitten, and the clasps on them are a little bit, they take too much strength to unclasp. The trick there being that sometimes they get caught on things or they get caught in the kitten's mouth, and we don't want that to happen. So what we do is we trim down the clasp. They're all still playing by the litter box. This is ridiculous. Kids, come on. Come on, let's find someplace else to wrestle. We're in that stage, I guess. The last class, the Brady Bunch, also loved playing in the litter box. Anyway, the clasp on the collars take a little bit too much effort to break open, and we'd rather have the collars fall off and forget who's who than to have a collar get caught on something. So we trim down all the collars so they come off extremely easily. And in fact, we err on the side of too easily. So you will notice that the collars are going to fall off here and there quite a bit. I'm actually surprised that so far we've only had an average of one collar come off a day. I expected that the first night we put the collars on, by morning nobody would have a collar. But they do. So far, so good. They just really want to play in the litter box, and it's not working for the stream, buddy. Let's see if we can do something else to get some kitten attention. What do we got over here, Puget? Puget's playing at the ball tower. That's a good choice. That's a responsible toy choice. I'm going to get joined by Black, who is Bombay. Easy to remember. Oh. There we go. Now we got some kittens coming over here to do the right thing. Play with some toys that we can actually film instead of the litter box, which is a toy that we can't film. Yeah, I'm not going to keep up with the food coloring. Some of them still have their spots, of course, especially like Rotterdam's is still pretty bold. But they'll fade away, and I'm not going to renew their food coloring. I think even when their collars do fall off, we have ways that we can figure out who was who. So the food coloring is no longer going to be necessary. Yes, Philly Mouse, you're right. I did. I've been giving these kids baby food as a treat, and they are crazy about it. I mean, they really, really love it. I can't manage that on the little close-up stream because I've got to hold the camera with one hand. But boy, oh boy, do they love it. Wow, Bombay, very good. Hi. Rio. Walter. Wait, Hal. Then we've got Pink Ant. What's up, Rio? Hi, you come over here and say hi to everybody? I know. It's good to see you. I'm glad you had a lot of food, and your feet are just a mess, aren't they? Let's see that foot. Oh, yeah, you saving some food for later? All right, buddy. Fair enough. I know. Show us your feet, though. Both of them. You put both of them in there. Look at what a mess that is. Buddy, it's better than poop. Way better than the poop. Sydney's playing with a little felted orange that the Scooters brought over. The Scooters also brought a large felted orange, which they explained was their first time trying to felt anything. So the fact that it immediately disintegrated is certainly understandable. But the little one is lasting. Oh, now we switch to a pineapple. Now we switch to ant. All right. They also unplugged the lamp by the litter box. They're playing so much over there. Good job, kids. Oh, you brought the fight over here after you unplugged the lamp. And back to the litter box again. Oh boy, I can't keep up. Speaking of keeping up, yesterday we put the fence out around the stairs so that they wouldn't go down the stairs, and we let them all out to run around the entire upper floor here of the house, and they had a lot of fun. They went out, they explored everywhere, and it was a real safe way to do it, and I'm almost certainly going to do it again later this morning as I find that I'm working up here, if I find that I'm working up here. So that's going to be fun. If you want to watch the regular Kitten Academy live stream, you can certainly watch these kids go out and explore around. Oh, they plugged the lamp back in. Now that's brilliant. Oh, and out again. All right, well. Yeah, webfan, I don't think that you understood what I was saying. I put the fence out so that it was all protected. So that was the whole plan. And that's exactly what we did yesterday. And like I said, it worked out very well. So if they get let out this morning, which they probably will, like I said, we'll just do that again. Oh, which reminds me, of course, the other big news is that we are still working on getting them moved downstairs. And I've made some progress over the weekend. I got to wash the rug and made sure everything was ready to go as far as that. But I still have to set up. They've got, like I said, they've got the cardboard condo I have to set up. There's a new box for the electronics down there that I have to set up, and a handful of other things that people have sent in that all have to kind of be arranged. So that's pending, and so they probably won't get to move today, but tomorrow's a strong possibility depending on how much work I get done. Certainly this week, no doubt about it, and we're excited about that. Yeah, oh no, Port's right here, but yeah, Port does get to go out and pretty much whenever she wants now. If I'm walking past the door and she wants out, I'll let her out. And then when she's had enough and she wants to come back in, she stands by the door and just meows quietly, but she meows until it's not really a meow either. It's like the talk that she does with her kids, sort of meow. But she just stands at the door and sort of talks to the door until we hear her and come and open it for her. So it's sweet that she knows how to ask when she wants to be let back in with her kittens. And she does. Well, now everybody's going to come. Oh, all right. They're just zooming everywhere. It's super zoomies. And a lot of it directed towards the litter box zone. What are you going to do? I think they like playing with the little, shoji screen there. They're using it as a thing to hide behind in spring attacks. I should bring them a tunnel or something that they can do that with. That would probably be even more fun. I've been planning on bringing them a tunnel. It's actually set out for the room downstairs, but I could bring it up here early if I think of it. Again, after the close-up. What is that in your mouth? That doesn't look like something you should be eating. It's just it's a piece of string. Something. I guess it must have come off of a toy. We try to look out for that stuff, but don't always get it done. I'm sure they would have been fine. It's like the size of a carpet fiber. No big deal. What are you looking at, buddy? Little Sid? Puget. I can tell Puget just by the floof without even seeing the collar. Puget. Puget's so floofy. Just ridiculous. He's probably going to be a super floof. Hi, bud. Let's see your face up close. Say hi to everybody. It's a close-up. Why don't we have any more close-up kittens? You guys are just too busy zooming back and forth. So pretty, though. Yeah, pretty purple Puget. And let's see another one while we're here. Who have we got? Rio? We kind of saw you up close already, buddy, but it doesn't hurt to do a repeat. Hi, Rio. Did you clean your feet off a little bit? Okay, a little bit. Bombay. Oh, hi. Bombay was going to try to zoom past me, but ran directly into my hand. Now it's your turn to do a little close-up for us. Hi, Bombay. Hi, buddy. Oh, don't be shy. You look good. Okay, Bombay. What else is here that we haven't looked at yet? Nobody. The rest of them are all zooming. They could probably use the extra space to go out and run around. Let's go see the Brady Bunch real quick. And then if these kids look like they haven't yet settled down, we'll get the fence up and let these kids out. But again, if that happens, the action will all be on the regular Kitten Academy live stream. I'm not going to try to manage that at the same time that I'm doing a close-up. But let's go try it out. Let's see. Let's go try out the Brady Bunch, see where they're at. So the Brady Bunch, as you know, got evicted. Whoop! Oh boy, tripping over kittens. The Brady Bunch got evicted from their room downstairs because we're working on getting it ready for these kids to move into. No, don't come out. There we go. So they have been officially moved, hi Custard, next door into this room. So most of their stuff's in here, and there's a camera too. You probably have seen it for a few minutes here and there on the stream, hi Custard. But they don't actually spend much, if any, time in there. Instead, they spend almost all their time just loose around the house or hanging out in the master bedroom. These kids do want out. Let's see if that lasts, though. They can go from full-on play to full-on sleep and just the flip of a switch. So, like I said, if they still look like they really want to come out after the close-up, I'll let them out. If not, we'll do it later. Anyway, I do think one of the places that they like to go still, the Brady Bunch that is they like to go down to the living room, which they still think of as their space. Here's the main room, by the way. You can see I got to put a cover on the beanbag chair. We put a different rug in here, which you can see has been freshly cleaned. And the rest of this still all needs to be set up. The floor's been shined as well. Custard's following me around. He wants some attention this morning. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. I know. Okay. So because that room's all closed off, hi, Maggie, we have to go all the way around to get to the living room. So let's do that and see if we find any Brady Bunch. There they are, the remainder. So here's our mom, Flower. And here is Millet. Millet has had his collar off now because I don't feel like we needed to identify him. And here is Corn, who took his own collar off earlier. He's had it off for a while. And you can tell the difference between the two of them without too much trouble. Millet's much smaller, and Corn has sort of spotty stripes that are very visible. And Millet, not as much, although now that Millet's standing in the sun, there you go. See, Millet hardly has anything to see, whereas Corn has the stripy spots very visible. So I know you can get fooled, but I don't feel like we don't really need the collars to keep telling them apart right now. So they basically get to go out and run around and do what they want these days until they're ready to graduate. And on the note of graduation, Flower's spay is what is keeping Flower and Corn from going home together so far. And Flower has her spay scheduled for the 4th, that's next week. And after that, she will be ready to go home around the 14th, which her adopter knows and is fine with. And so that's the plan for Flower and Corn to go home on the 14th. And then, as you know, Millet has his surgery scheduled for next week. The surgery is actually scheduled for the 6th, but he goes to the vet on the 5th and will stay there until probably the 7th. So he'll be gone the whole second half of next week, getting ready for his surgery for his pectus excavatum, his sort of chest that goes the wrong way. So we expect to have a good outcome from that as well, but it's going to be an ongoing thing. He kind of has to wear a brace for like a month. So thank you, by the way, to everybody that has helped out with that. We do greatly appreciate it. And by everybody that's helped out with it, of course, I do mean everyone that has been part of our Patreon or contributed to us for a very long time, because we put all the extra aside for situations just like this, so that when that does come around, we're ready to go, and we are in fact ready to go. So thank you to all of you for that. As I've been calling it, the war chest, because it is a chest, and no, it's a war on a chest. It's something. There's a pun there, and I still haven't managed to land it, but I know it's there. There's no way you can have a war chest and a chest issue, and it doesn't come together somehow. I don't know. Anyway. Hi, Corn. Hi, Millet. So this is Millet. This is Corn in front now. Yeah, meow. They're both very sweet boys. I saw somebody ask if Millet is going to go to the same home as Flower and Corn. No, that's not the plan. Millet right now does not have an official adopter. And the plan is to let Millet get fully recovered and ready to be adopted and then find the right person for him. So that's the plan. And that's going to be a few months still, because even though he goes for his surgery next week, then he wears the brace for a month. And then after that, I think there's about a month of sort of aftercare and follow-ups, and then he'll be ready to go home. So he's still got a couple months with us. He looks so pretty in this sun, though, doesn't he? Oh, Flower does too. Let's see your eyes, Flower. Wait, oh, I think Flower's just about to let herself outside, but then I made the sound that means come here, I've got treats, and she's like, ooh, where are they? There aren't any, I lied, I'm sorry. Flower does know how to work the cat door. Flower and Rye and Port all know how to work the cat door. Of course, Rye now has gone to his adopter, and they, by the way, are doing fine. I talked to the adopter via email of Rye and Potato, and they are really starting to fit in, and I think they're getting along with everybody. And they're still debating whether or not they're going to get renamed and to what. So that's interesting always. Corn really wants somebody to wrestle with this morning. He's going to wrestle with his mom. Okay. And yeah, she'll show you what for, buddy. I think you know that. She lays down the law. You should try wrestling with Custard. Custard also wants somebody to wrestle with this morning, and he's right here. Hey, you started this, buddy. You bit off a little more than you could chew, huh? Oh, now Millet's going to get into it from the other side, Flower. You're getting it from both ends now. It's a flanking maneuver. Oh, wow. Flower has so much fun playing with her boys and with all the toys and everything. She's such a playful mom cat. And she always looks so angry when she's just sitting. Oh, she's got a big blep, but I don't know if you can see it with the backlighting. Do you see that? How cute is that? She always looks so angry. She's just got the angriest looking face, but it's just her silly facial expression. She's actually so sweet and playful and runs around. Just so much fun all the time. She's got a real angry face, but it's an illusion. Now she's outside. I don't know how well we can see that though. The boys, these two boys, still haven't figured out how to work the door. So when she goes out, she's on her own. They don't know how to get this thing open yet. Wonder if either of these two will figure it out before they go, like Rye did. And I don't know if I mentioned, Port also knows how to work the door and let herself out. So I've seen when Port comes down here, sometimes she just lets herself out and goes and sees what's outside. And that's a nice thing for her to be able to do too. Corn's getting very big. He is such a big boy. Got to get home while you're still kitten-sized. He is kitten-sized, though. These streams, I know, are deceiving, because anybody that ever adopts kittens says, oh my gosh, they're so much smaller than I thought, which is surely going to be the case for Corn as well. All right, Corn, you got to stop being so bitey. We got to get some toys for you to play with instead. Oh, Mom's coming back in now. I think she's like, boys, why didn't you come out? Well, because they don't know how. They don't know how. Millet's like, how did she do that? All right. Oh, they're getting a reflection from my watch. Let's see if I can I arrange this so that it happens on the stream? There we go. That's my watch and the sun over here. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for joining us for the live stream this morning. And we will try to do another one tomorrow. But in the meantime, if you want to keep watching Cats and Kittens, you can tune into the Kitten Academy live stream here on YouTube all day long. It's mostly going to be about the kids upstairs today because the cameras down here are disconnected until I manage to get some more of the room set up. But that's going to be my project for the day. That's my plan. We'll see how far I get. So by tomorrow, we should be able to put a camera back here in the living room. You'll see a little bit more of these kids because, like I said, the living room is one of their favorite places to be all day long. And when I put them in their room upstairs for meal times, I've been putting it on the stream when I give them food. They have to go in the room for their food. So they'll be on the stream a little bit, as you might have seen already this morning. All right, well, hey, that's it. Thanks so much. And we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.